Do you know what musical instrument makes it sound by rubbing part of an animal against a piece of metal? Well, stay tuned to find out. Come on, it's music time. Today, I'm going to be calling in to talk to Ms. Matfield. She is the orchestra teacher over at Dry Creek Elementary School, and she plays the violin, and she's going to tell us all about it. So come on, let's go talk to her. Hi, Mrs. Matfield. Thanks for talking to us today. So we were wondering, why did you start playing the violin?
So I started playing the violin because I actually had interest in it when I was 2 years old. My mom actually told me, when you were 2 years old, you told me you wanted to play the violin. But I said, you know what, that's a little too early. And so she put me in piano lessons when I was 5. And I studied piano for a couple years. And when I was about 8 years old, I still wanted to play that violin. And so my mom put me in violin lessons when I was 8, and about 20 years later, here I am teaching orchestra. So that's kind of my story.
Wow, that's so cool. So, how does the violin work?
I love this question. So, the violin works in a couple of ways. You can actually make sound come out of the violin by plucking the string. When you pluck the string, it vibrates back and forth, creating sound, and that sound resonates out of the wooden instrument, it's made of wood, through the sound holes. Another way you can make sound on a violin is by using the bow, which is this stick-looking figure that actually has horsehair that has a covering of rosin, which is fossilized tree sap that makes this sticky surface. And when you put that horsehair sticky surface on the string, it pulls sound out, causing the string to vibrate once again, just in a different way, and it produces a different kind of sound. So that's kind of how a violin works.
Fascinating. Well, do you think you could play something for us?
Yeah.
I heard that the violin can make some pretty silly sounds. Could you show us some of those?
So some of the silly sounds that you can make on a violin are you can knock on the wood with your knuckle. That's kind of fun. You can get a different sort of sound depending on where you knock. You can also make a slidey glissando sound with your finger going up and down the string, making it longer or shorter to change the pitch. That's kind of fun. You can also do coleño, which is tapping the stick part of the bow to the string. That's kind of a fun sound. You can also do, and I wouldn't advise that my students do this unless it's for a piece of music we're learning, but you can take the bow and place it on the back of the instrument and make a crunchy, gritty sound. What's another funny sound you can make? Oh, you can put the bow behind the bridge.
Wow, that sounds so silly. Thanks, Ms. Matfield, for joining us today. That was so fun. Now, we're gonna head over to Miss Kramer and see what she has for us with Elements of Music.
I'm Miss Kramer, and this week's episode is brought to you by the word tempo. All right, so tempo means how fast or how slow something is going. And for our purposes today, we are talking about music. So, music that goes fast, music that goes slow, music that goes everything in between, right? Last week I mentioned The Marvelous Musical Mansion, which is a movie that everybody should look up. And in it, they had a music box that came to life, and the tap dancers were Ali Allegro and Lawrence Largo. And so Ali Allegro tapped really, really fast, and Lawrence Largo tapped and sang really, really slow. Right? They were demonstrating the tempo of music. So the tempo of music goes from slow, really, really slow, to fast and really, really, really fast. And in music, when you're looking at the beginning of a piece of music, sometimes they will show you these numbers. And they'll say, there's like a music note. And that music note has an equal sign next to it. And then it'll give a number like 76. And what that number means is it means how many beats per minute you would have for that particular piece of music. And so if we have a tempo, that's what we call the steady beat, right? And if that tempo was 76 beats per minute, then I would snap 76 times in a minute. And that would give me the tempo of that music. So that would be like, if I was doing something like this. Oh, once there was a dog named Fred, and he had red hair on his head. He looked right back and then he said, I'm a dog and my name is Fred. That would be the tempo of our song. I just made that song up. That was pretty silly. Okay? And if I wanted to do a faster song, I would pick up the tempo. Let's say we were doing 100 beats per minute. I don't know if that's really right, but it sounds pretty close. Let me see if I can think of a song. This old man, he played he played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, this old man came rolling home. That'd be kind of fast for that song, wouldn't it? But that would be the tempo that we would pick. Now, we have some really cool Italian words that we get to use for tempo in music. So if something's going really, really slowly, we use the word largo. Hence, Lawrence Largo from the movie that I mentioned before. Next up, from very, very slow, would be adagio. An adagio would just be slow. And next up from that, which would be like, oh, if you were doing kind of like a slow walk, right? That would be andante. And then we've got moderato. And moderato is like medium fast. And then we've got Ali Allegro in there, Allegro. Allegro is fast. And then we've got presto, which is very fast. If you're looking at a piece of music and you look at the beginning of the music, you might see any of those words. And you might see any of those words come in also somewhere in the music. Let's say the music changes its tempo. Maybe it starts off slow, and then it's got a faster part, and then it goes back to a slow part. So you might see those words listed there. You also might see just the numbers. And you'll have a musical note like a quarter note, and you'll say that it will equal, like I said at the beginning, it will equal a number, and then that tells you how many beats per minute. And then we have these really cool things called metronomes. And you can put that number in a metronome, and when you do that, it actually gives you that beat. So when I was at 76, I think I'm kind of close right there. I could just plug in 76 and then it would show me 76. All right, so there's a quick little lesson on tempo for today. You can move slowly today. Make it a largo day. Or you might decide that today is a presto day and you need to move very, very fast through your day. Oh, just one very, very fast through your day. and see if it goes faster. All right, my friends, take care, and we will see you next time.
Next up, we're going to Rhythms with Mr. Cobb.
Hey there, welcome back to Rhythms with Mr. Cobb. I wanted to take a moment to review all of the symbols that you're going to be seeing in these rhythms that we're going to be doing today and in future times. So let's start over here with the notes. The one you're often familiar with is what we call a quarter note, or as we say with Mr. Cobb, we say ta. Below the quarter note, equally familiar, is the eighth notes, and we say ti. Newer to some of you is the half note, and for the half note we clap and say two. So we clap one time and we drag it across for 2 beats. Two. Similar to the two, you can see it's just a little larger and it doesn't have a stem, is the whole note. And it's called a whole note because oftentimes it takes up the whole measure. It gets 4 beats, so like the two, we're going to clap one time and then we're going to hold it for 4 counts, like this. 4. And you can see I'm bouncing my hand to represent each beat. Over here are the rests. You'll notice that we don't have a rest down here for eighth notes. There is one, but we're not going to look at it today. So, like the quarter note, there is a quarter rest. Like a half note, there is a half rest. And like the whole note, there is a whole rest. And each one of these we say the same thing on. We say shh. Or if it's 2 beats, we say shh, shh. And if it's 4 beats, we would say shh, 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 shh. So these are all the symbols that you're going to see. Again, if you're a K, 1, 2, or 3 student, we're not going to be looking at all of these today. We're going to focus on these 3. The ta, quarter note, the ti, eighth note, and the quarter rest, or what we call shh. All right, let's get started. All right, I have no idea what order these rhythms cards are in. They're just random, and so that's part of the fun of this, is learning to read rhythms as they come up. Let me get the music started, and off we go. Remember, I'll clap it twice, count to 4, you clap it twice. 1, 2, Mr. Cobb's turn. Ta, sh, ta, sh, ta, sh, ta, sh. Your turn, ready, go. That's it. We'll do 3 more. 1, 2, my turn. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti. Your turn. Ready, go. That's it. My turn. Ready, go. Ta, ta, sh, sh, ta, ta, sh, sh. Your turn. Ready, go. One more together. My turn. Sh, ta, 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 sh, ta, ta, ta. Your turn twice through. All right, you did it. I'm gonna go pause the music. And now we're back for the challenge round. Remember, if this part is a struggle, after you've tried it, you can always go back and try it again. So we're going to increase the tempo. We're going to go faster speed. And the other change is, as soon as I'm done with the card, you jump right in. I'm not going to count to 4 before it's your turn. Let's take this one as an example. If it were my turn, I would go through it twice. Sh, ta, 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 sh, ta, ta, your turn. And then you would do it immediately twice in a row. So I'll still point, but there's not going to be that counting in between. Let's start with a new card and some new music at a faster tempo. Oh yeah! Here we go. 1, 2, my turn. Tosh, ta, ta, tosh. Your turn. That's the way. My turn, ready, go. Ta, 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 go. Yep, 2 more. Do you remember that one? It's called a 2. Here we go, my turn. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, 2, ta, ta, 2, ta. Yeah, that one's a little trickier. Ooh, this one's fun. 1, 2, my turn. Shh, ta, ta, shh, shh, ta, ta, go. You did it. Let me go turn the music off. All right, so remember, if that was a little too challenging, you can always go back and try it again. It's great practice for your brain to get those faster tempos. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, hey. Now let's go over to voice class with Ms. Eyestone.
Hi, welcome to our voice class. This song is a song from Africa, and it's a folk song. And so with the folk song tradition, they are learned by ear and in the oral tradition. So sometimes the variations, the meaning can vary a little bit, maybe the words get changed a little bit, but I did a little bit of research trying to narrow down the meaning of the song and a little bit more about the origins. And what I found as I did that, there's many different versions of this song and meanings assigned to it. But the one that seems to be the most credible is different than how I learned it. How I learned it was Tue Tue Barima Tue Tue Ambasada Amadawa Dawa Tue Tue, a song from Ghana. And I was told it's talking about a little girl selling rice cakes. I read on a little bit more, and some people see it as a harvest song with a little variation in the lyrics. But the one that seems to be the most credible, or at least was backed up by somebody from Ghana who spoke the language of Ashanti. And this person said the words go Due Due Barima Due Due Abro Ba Amadawa Dawa Due Due. So that's different than I learned it. I'm going to attempt to sing it this other way. And the meaning is not quite as feel good. This meaning is actually Due Due is sorry, sorry. Barima is talking about a man or a boy. And then Abro Ba is a little boy, a little girl, and talking about somebody having fallen down. I'm sorry, sorry that I made you fall down is basically the meaning of those particular words, and that was confirmed by somebody who was from Ghana who spoke the language. And so I'm going to go with that version, okay? So I'm going to just sing the song for you first, and then as we go through the song, I'm going to add different layers to it. And you don't have to do all the layers. Go as far as you want to, or you can. If you find a point where I can't do anymore, just enjoy watching it to the very end, but at least know what you can do with this song. There are many different things, like I said. So here goes the song. 1, 2, here I go. Do-a, do-a, body ma, do-a, do-a. Do-a, do-a, body ma, do-a, do-a. Oh, bofra ba, ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Oh, bofra ba, ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Body ma, do-a, do-a. Great. So now we're going to do it in an echo. And this is just for you to be able to learn the melody so you can sing it a little bit better with me as we go along. I'm going to be tapping the beat, and when it's your turn to echo, I'll sing it more softly, but you can still sort of follow my voice, okay? But you just know you go after me. Here I go. Do-a, do-a, body ma, do-a, do-a. Your turn. Do-a, do-a, body ma, do-a, do-a. Again. Do-a, do-a, body ma, do-a, do-a. Your do-a, do-a. Obo fra ba, ama dawa, dawa, 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 do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Great, let's put it all together. Do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Obo fra ba. Ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Obo fra ba. Ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Bari ma do-a, do-a. Okay, we're going to sing it one more time, but this time, since this is a song from Africa, might as well put an African style drumming to it. Okay? So here I go. And we'll just sing it all together, okay? Here we go. Great, good. I hope you enjoyed singing that with me. Now here's another step that we can add with this. This song has some body percussion to it. So we start with 2 taps, 2 claps, 2 snaps, back to 2 claps, and we just keep that pattern going, just like this. Get into the groove. You can do it with me, or you can just watch. Do-a, do-a, body ma do-a, do-a. Do-a, do-a, body ma do-a, do-a. Obo fra ba, ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Obo fra ba, ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Body ma do-a, do-a. Body ma do-a, do-a. Great. Now, if you had a partner, and if we were doing this in class where we were able to tap hands or at least go like this can actually be done in a circle where instead of snapping, what you're really doing is tapping your neighbor's hands out here. And as you are in that circle, you're actually stepping it all the way around. But instead of me going all the way around, I'm going to just step back and forth. But this is going to make it more of a dance, not just body percussion, but more of a dance. So it would go like this. Here we go. Do-a, do-a, body ma do-a, do-a. Do-a, do-a, body ma do-a, do-a. Oba fro ba, ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Obo fra ba, ama dawa, dawa, do-a, do-a. Body ma do-a, do-a. Body ma do-a, do-a. Good. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll see you next week on Music Time. See you later.